And it might not send, I don't know.
I have to have 3 of those.
Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome. This is a special COD board meeting, January 22nd, 2026 at 6 p.m. We had to cancel our meeting last week due to a tragedy in Mr. Brock's family, so Mr. Cornett agreed to sit with this meeting, so thank you for that. This is located in the Estill County Boardroom at 253 Main Street in Irving, Kentucky. And at this time, I would like to call this meeting to order. We always start our meeting by standing to say the pledge. And I would like a couple of our youngsters to come up and volunteer to help lead us in the pledge. Do we have any volunteers? Anybody want to come forward? Come on up and help us say the pledge. Eleanor?
Nobody's fast.
We got
We
somebody,
got one coming.
we got a brave one.
Okay, come on
Thank you so
up.
much. Appreciate
All
that.
right, you stand right here and face the flag and lead us in the pledge, okay?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Thank you.
Sorry. You're fine.
In close quarters.
I would like to remind everyone there's a sign-in sheet at the entrance to the boardroom. If you didn't have the opportunity to sign in, please sign in. Mr. Cornett, do we have any revisions to this agenda?
There are none, no.
Okay, so moving forward, first of all on our agenda, we have recognitions. And first of all, it's school board member recognition time. Mr. Cornett, would you like to speak to that?
Oh, well, before we start, I feel it's important as a community, and we always call ourselves a community here in Estill, our Estill family, that we would have a moment of silence with the tragedy that's befallen our superintendent and Mrs. Brock. An unimaginable tragedy, and you're familiar with that. We don't want to get into the details of it, but if you are a person of faith and praying, I hope that you do that on your own time. We will not be praying during the board meeting, but if you want to stay after we adjourn, we are going to spend some time as a group of believers and really pray for them continually. And they're going to need a lot more prayers, in the weeks, months following. But one thing about it, it's a few moments of silence, and if you all choose to honor that, we would appreciate that. And then we'll move on into our next phase of the program, okay? So just join me as we have some moment of reflection in honor of Mr. and Mrs. Brock. Thank you all. I appreciate that. So with that, I want to move right into our first order of business, and a very important order of business is January is always School Board Member Recognition Month. And my third year being in Estill County, I have been able to say this since September, my first month here. This is my 36 years in education. I've been in a number of schools and districts, and I've never, and I don't ever use that word, never have worked with a board like the Estill County Board. I've worked with some boards that they had ulterior motives. Sometimes they were not here for kids. They had their own agendas when they walked in and sat in these rooms. I've never, and I mean I have never seen that from these people. And I remind Mr. Brock all the time when we're out in other conferences and meetings that how blessed he is as a superintendent, and we are as a community, to have 5 board members who feel, believe, and lead like they do. Because I want to tell you, I travel in all 171 school districts. What we have here does not exist. I've been there, and I know what it's like from Pikeville to Paducah, from Ashland to Hickman County. I'm aware of that. So just, first of all, kudos to you all for that. Thank you for what you do and the appreciation that is there. You have in your blue folders an appreciation letter signed by the KSBA Director, Ms. Carrie Schilling, and also with Mr. Brock, and just thank you all in honor of that time. We also have something special for you all as well. Mr. Brock and I have gotten you all your own personal horse card.
One.
And so,
Kristen still got mine. Thank you.
thank you all. It's a very small token of our appreciation to you. You can carry a lot of baby stuff in that day one day, Tambo.
Well, that's what I was gonna say, my gray one, she's got it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
She's got it, she's had
Thank
it ever since
you.
she had Ricky.
You are very
Well, I
welcome.
borrowed it back last year.
So, again, they're very, very nice. We appreciate our partnership with Carhartt and, with that whole family. We are very grateful for how they support us, and so we do want to give back to the board a little bit to, honor that. We also have 2 videos from, our 2 elementary schools that our students have created. And so, Mr. Simpson's gonna cue those up, and we can watch those on the TV screens.
Thank you for supporting our school.
Two of my former students.
I'm sure there's so many more recognitions that are, and we hear it all the time, that they see you all, they recognize that. They know that you all don't come with ulterior motives and have an agenda, and they recognize that. And people who are outside of Estill don't always see that. They think this is the norm, and I'm so blessed that they don't know any different. I love that. So I really mean that when I say I am grateful for you all and how you all lead with passion and with a focus that is that's amazing. So I'm grateful.
We're very humbled by everyone's kind words, and we love being here. We love serving this district and our community, our schools, and I feel like we all feel blessed. So thank you all for those kind words.
You have one more gift, and I think it's on your table. It's a candle, and it says the scent is it smells like an amazing board member. And so I don't know if they chose one of you or not, but it is something that hope you all enjoy that as well.
We also have a sign that was given to us from Estill, from West Irvin Elementary. And it's to say thank you. And I was gonna ask Mr. Todd Reese if he would get it put up somewhere here in the boardroom for us. And I'll leave it up here, but thank you all. Okay. So next, we have some student recognitions.
Yes, we do. I've been waiting for this group. I've been with Coach Mahone for the last few weeks, and we were getting closer and closer in our success. We see potential here, kind of a thing, and then all of a sudden, these young people absolutely brought it last weekend. So it was even touch and go about the tournament, and he and I were that morning about 4 o'clock, I think, that you were texting Saturday morning. And here we are. So I've been really excited about this. And so if you want to come up first, and then I love seeing the drip, as the kids say, on their that they're wearing. So you can come up and tell them what this is.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
Do you need a microphone? There you go. Yeah.
I've been, my name is Ricky McCone. I taught here for about 4 years. So I've coached the team for about 6 years now. And I left, I work over at EKU, but I'm really devoted to academics and our middle school academic team, and it's not something that I can just step away from. So I continue to come back and coach, and what they did this past Saturday proves why. We were supposed to have some crazy weather, kind of like this weekend. It didn't happen last weekend. It held out for us, so we appreciate that. Our team played in 4 quick recall matches, and they were quick recall district champions. That's the first time we've done that since 2022, so they're going to go on and compete at regions in Breathitt County. Our future problem-solving team was district champions, and then we completely, as overall district champions, knocked it out of the park. You get point values in every test, you get point values in quick recall and FPS, and that all totals to be an overall champion. So we were overall district champions with a total of 68.5 points. And why that's so important is because the runner-up had 17.5 points. So we definitely, it was a pretty big sweep. So, and I'll have them come up as I say their name because they're all here, and I definitely want them to be recognized. So in mathematics and in language arts and mathematics, Robert Rowe placed first place. So Robert, if you want to come on up. So, and as he makes his way up, we're super proud of him. Evan Beckler placed 3rd place in mathematics, and John Osborne placed 5th place in mathematics. And John is a 6th grader, and you all know he's Mike Osborne's son, who's pretty good at math. But John, as a 6th grader, placed, which is pretty huge too. So I'm excited to see him grow. In science, we had William in 1st place, William Kelly, and then in 3rd place we had Andrew Finley, and then social studies. Andrew Finley also placed 2nd place, but they're tested in. They have to answer 50 questions in a multiple choice format, and they do this at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. So if you think middle schoolers getting up super early on a Saturday and taking a test, not everyone wants to do that. But Andrew, also a 6th grader, scored the 2nd highest score out of everybody on the day. The highest score was 34. He got a 32 out of 50, which is huge. And then let's see. We have Camille Spencer, who placed 3rd in language arts, and she also placed 2nd in arts and humanities, also a 6th grader. So we've got some up-and-comers that are going to do some great things for us in the coming time. And then in arts and humanities, Chris Philhauer placed 1st place. And our last category is English composition. So they write the Tuesday before, they have to write an argumentative essay. And we had the top 3 placements. That's Delana Bailey in first place, Iris Patrick Howard in second place, and then Chris Phil Howard again in third place. So the top 5 make it to regions, so everybody that's on the team is going to compete. And Tanner Lawson was also part of our quick recall team that placed, so Tanner's going to come on up. We have, everybody gets to compete at regions, which is huge. One of the first times we've had that opportunity that everybody on the team has some sort of part to play in regions, and we're super excited. So that's February 14th. One more thing that I'll say is if you've never had the opportunity to watch a quick recall match, whether it's middle school, high school, elementary school even, go and watch it, because I like to equate quick recall to the last 2 minutes of a really intense basketball game.
Yeah.
We played one on Saturday that was neck and neck between Powell County and Estill County, and they blew it out of the water. And it was just phenomenal there at the end. They went on a 12-3 run. Just phenomenal team. I can't say enough about them. So congratulations, you all, and thank you to the board for having them here tonight and recognizing this.
Thank you for coming.
All right, and now we're gonna go practice a whole lot to get ready for regions. Thank
Good.
you all for
I
having
can
me.
Good.
relate to
Thank you.
that.
I
Can
appreciate it.
somebody get a group picture for us, for Jeremy to put on our social media page? If you can kind of squeeze them all together.
Please play.
Squeeze, we're really bad at setting pictures up.
Yeah. Just kind of squeeze them all together.
Here, if we can have John, Andrew, you come forward, and you all can hold this together, and then you all come closer. Camille, you can stand in between Chris and William here. We have been practicing together. They're not gonna bite me. A little closer. All right. For Simpson, is that good, you think? All right. Thank you, and thank you all again for having us.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Here, Ricky, you do me a favor, give me a quick blur again, like in a very clean section. You can give it to Jeremy again for a second.
You can take home,
Okay,
God.
very, very quick. Again, this, okay?
You want me to text it to you?
Please, thank you, thank you so much.
Mr. Simpson, will you get that on our social media page? All right, thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay. Thank you all. We're super proud of you all and your hard work and dedication. Mr. Mahone, thank you very much. So moving right along, we have some new engineer
do.
staff members.
We have 2 new staff members we're so excited about, and and they're 2 in places that are important. One especially very high profile, but it's more than that because of who they are. So Dr. Trent Singleton, I'll let you go first, and he is our new high school principal, and we're just, I can't use the word grateful enough. My time spent with him has been just a blessing for me as a very old former principal, and to be able to see what his potential is it's amazing what we are going to see the high school is going to be. So Trent, talk a little about who you are and about your plans.
I'm going to come up here so I can see you all because I can't turn around very well. First of all, I just want to thank you all for everything you do. It means the world to me being from this community to have you guys here and support this. I want to thank Mr. Cornett and Mr. Brock for giving me the opportunity to serve in this capacity. I was born and raised here, went to school here, started working here, and then left for a little bit, and now I'm home, and it feels so good to be home. So I'm very appreciative of that opportunity. The team at the high school and we've got great ideas on how to move things forward. We've got a lot of ideas to see how students who may not fit the roles that are already there, may not be into sports, may not be into band or something like that, we're trying to give them opportunities to express themselves. So that's something we're really looking into. But I want to just say how grateful I am to be home. It's so good, and I have a sense of pride in this community that I hope spreads, and we can bring I can bring a little bit of that energy and that excitement to our building to
Alright.
move things forward.
He already has.
So I do want to mention the staff at the high school has made this transition the easiest transition I've ever had in my life. So I want to shout them out because they are phenomenal. Ms. Reynolds has been the perfect partner in crime out there. So I appreciate her very much and the staff there as well. So, and the support that I've received from the board office is phenomenal. So I know you all talk to them a lot, and I just want you all to know how much I appreciate the support from the board office. So we've got bright things ahead, a lot of cool plans. So stay tuned, join us. We're looking for partnerships in any way. If you know of a way you want to work with us, just reach out to me. We would love to get going. But again, thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Would you
Appreciate
like
it.
to recognize, your
Some
other
family?
half?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yes. She's shaking her head no, but my
Yes.
wife is here, and she's a huge supporter of me as well at home because this is a job that takes a lot of time. And since I've been in this role, I think 5 o'clock might be the earliest that I've got home at night. And it's just, it's good time spent. But she is holding our daughter, who is 3. Her name is Eleanor, and they're my support system at home, and I couldn't do it without them. So I want to thank them and just tell them that I love them. But, yeah.
Thank you so much, Trent.
And I remember when they started dating, when they were at
I guess so, wow.
Beautiful family. Thank
They
you.
are.
We're glad you're here.
Our next staff member is Miss Sandra Watson, another Estill County, where we are bringing the best of the best back home, and that's what I love about it. She comes to us from PRI, Partners for Rural Impact, just down the road in Berea, has done amazing work there in the areas of finance. When we were interviewing her and questioning with her, she was reading off munis codes like she knew her social security number, and that was something that was impressive to us and understood those nuances of school finance that someone who was not in school finance may not necessarily know. So we're grateful for her. Sandra, welcome back home.
Thank
Go
you
ahead and say
so
what you want
much.
to tell us. So.
Well, thank you so much for having me, and I'm really excited to be here. Like you said, my name is Sandra Watson. Like Trent, I'm from here as well. I graduated from the high school in 2007, which is crazy to think that it's been that long ago now. But after I graduated here, I went to Berea College and completed my bachelor's degree, and then I started working for, well, it's changed names over the years, but most recently they've been Partners for Rural Impact. So we're a nonprofit sector that house grants that worked across Kentucky. And so I've been doing that the last 14 years, really enjoyed that work. But when I saw this position come open, I was like, oh man, this gives me a chance to come back home. And so I've been living here. We moved away for a little bit, moved back. We've been back about 13 years. And so I was really excited to get the opportunity to come back and serve this district because as a student, I had so many opportunities because of this school district that I'm so forever grateful for. And so even though I'm in finance and I don't necessarily work directly with the students, the work that we do supports the work that helps our students. And so I'm really forever grateful that I got the opportunity to come back and be able to be a part of this to help our kiddos succeed. And we've just got the best folks. Like I said, you know, coming out from 14 years being with an organization, was a little nervous, you know, starting something new. But I can honestly say it's like I've known these people my whole life. Like it's been like a big family, and I'm forever grateful for that. And so I'm just super excited to be here. Looking forward to all the good things that we're going to be doing in the finance department, and just looking forward to all the new opportunities and stuff. So I really appreciate you all having me and looking forward to it.
Appreciate it. Looking forward to it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I feel like we've helped raise some of these from
I
pups.
know.
Now they're all grown up
I
on
know, I've
us.
seen Trent since he was this big.
Well, we're glad to have you all. Welcome. If we can help you in any way, please reach out and let us know.
They mean that.
Thank you all. Mr. Cornett, next that brings us down to some action items. And first on our agenda, we have consideration for approval of the SFCC construction offer of assistance. Would you like to discuss
I will.
that?
Those words are always great, especially from the state, offer of assistance. And so this is, I don't want to say a minuscule amount, around 56,000, something like that. But the best part about this is that this money can be set aside for up to 5 years, and it goes towards our bonding potential that the state then will give it back to us. And so, 50 here, 60 there, 90 there, over a period of 5 years, you are building back up to a bonding potential that we could definitely use. Let's say in 3 years, there is a unit went out. Well, this is something that could go towards that, while right now the potential may not be there. So we get these offers periodically, and we're very familiar with this group. They're the ones who are helping us walk along in terms of the new middle school, and we meet with them pretty often and contact by phone, in person, and by email. So this offer came down. We are very willingly accepting it, and so I recommend that we do.
Okay, so I need a motion for approval of the SFCC construction offer of assistance. Sheila Samples makes a motion. Sharon Whitaker makes a second. Do we have any discussion? If nothing further, I'd like to call for a vote. All in favor? Any opposed? The motion carries with a 5-0 vote. Next, we have another consideration for approval of a clinical education affiliate agreement with the University of Kentucky.
Yes, again, another opportunity to support our students, especially the ones who may need some extra supports emotionally or mentally or otherwise. And this agreement helps us better and quicker to find a bed or to find a spot, and that just means they have a slot for one of our students to go see them if they're struggling with a trauma, they're struggling with something that they need help with. Mrs. Bryan and her team helps usually find that and that resource for us, and so this agreement is powerful. We've used it often, and they've been a great partnership for us. My daughter is a nurse at UK, and our oldest daughter is, and so I'm a very big fan of what they bring, because even though they're a very urban hospital, they don't call themselves that. They call themselves a large rural hospital because of how their fingers go out, and they want to promote partnerships with the Estills and the other outlying counties. Big fan of what they do. I have met with a number of students these past 3 years, and we immediately will recommend the UK Children's Trauma Center, and they welcomely take our students. So I recommend.
Okay. With that, I need a motion for approval of the clinical education affiliation agreement with the University of Kentucky. Tammy Hardy makes a motion. Carrie Smallwood makes a second. Do we have any discussion? If not, I'd like to call for a vote at this time. All in favor? Any opposed? The motion carries with a 5-0 vote. Next, we have consideration for approval of an updated salary schedule.
Yes, just briefly, I'll mention this. We are really trying to build, as you all know, our own police department. This is the 3rd year of it being in place. We have the Estill County Schools Police. We have a chief. We have our own OHI number. We have everything in place that any agency has. We have struggled with both finding and keeping officers because of our pay. A little bit our location is something we do give them as a part of their package. They can take their car home, their cruiser home within a certain number of miles. After I've asked Chief Bell to do a kind of analysis of both counties who are contiguous to us and then other outliers, let's say 45 or 50 minutes away, on pay. He did that and met with Mr. Yost and myself to look at our current budget that the board approved last year for SROs. And we have added a raise both for our chief and both for SROs that we are hoping to hire. And Mr. Yost gave his full blessing for that it's well within our current budget for everything from their salary to training, weapons, tactical things that they do that we have to purchase. Their ongoing certifications at EKU, ammunition, all these things that we have to purchase, having our own police agency. And so that's what this is. It's just simply a slight bump in their pay. And I fully give my blessing to recommend it be done.
Okay. With that discussion, I need a motion for approval of the updated salary schedule, and I think everyone had that in their packet. So Sheila Samples makes a motion, and it looks like Sharon Whitaker makes a second. Do we have any discussion? If not, I'd like to call for a vote. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries with a 5-0 vote.
I want to say something about our SROs. We have had upwards to 5 who have come in and out over the last 3 years, and heard great stories about connecting with students. But one in particular, we had hired a pretty seasoned officer. He had been a homicide detective, a sex crimes detective. He had been in charge of a department of 150 officers, and he didn't know quite what to expect, but he really ingrained himself within the school world. Never had a desire to be an SRO. And one day he called me, and he was emotional, and he's not an emotional guy. And he said, "What do I do in this situation?" And he had really been connecting with a young man, and he come into his office and sat down and called him by his name. And he said, "I'm going to ask you a question that may be hard." And he was kind of waiting, didn't know what it was going to be. "Will you give me $1 for a cone of ice?" Didn't know what it was going to be. He said, "Will you adopt me? My parents are leaving to another place, and I do not want to leave here. And will you adopt me?" And so this hardened detective who's been in gunfights,
Seen it all.
he said, "This is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life." And he said, "Well, I got to call my wife." And but it wound up not happening, even though we did have that in our school system a few weeks ago, where we had a young lady come to a teacher and say, "Will you adopt me?" And it happened. But in this case, it didn't. But he has kept in touch with that young man at his other school. And it just one of those things, those relationships that a kid who you would never look at, a pretty strapping, strong police officer who's connecting with him and asking, "Will you adopt me?" So just one, I've got numerous stories in the last 3 years here, but that's just one. That's the value that good SROs bring to a school district and to our school system. And we see it every day. So thank you for
sharing.
indulging me on that. Yes.
Yeah.
We'll pause, and yes,
Yes.
thank you for reminding us of
They
that.
can leave,
Thank you always, we love visitors, thank you all for coming.
Yeah.
Oh. They were already laying there, I think. They've been there for a bit. Okay, you got us back live, Mr. Simpson? All right. Next on our agenda, we have consideration for approval of the updated bank signature authorizations. And I think that's something routinely we have to
It
do
is.
as we add people and as positions change. So do you have anything further to add with that?
On the consent for all 4 of them.
I'm right here at the consideration for the updated bank signature authorization.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't see it on mine. Yes, apologize for that. That's actually for Mr. Singleton. We failed to do that when we had planned on it one day to all go down, and, so that's why that's for, it's to approve, for him to be on there, to be a signatory.
Okay.
So that's what it's for. Thank you for reminding me of that.
So I need a motion for approval to update the bank signature authorizations. Sheila Samples makes a motion. Tammy Hardy makes a second. Do we have any discussion? That's just something routine that we have to
It
do.
is.
So all in favor? Any opposed? The motion carries with a 5-0 vote. Next, that brings us down to our consent items. Do you want to talk about any of that, Mr.
I think so. There's only been one superintendent travel. Of course, the treasurer payment, repayment of bills. That is going so smooth and well. It's almost too oiled and greased, and Mr. Simpson can speak to that. I mean, we have with this new electronic system, it's just really smooth, and Mr. Yost and the ladies up there, it's just this system that they have going on. All electronic POs, it's signed off electronically, it moves through very seamlessly, and it's been really good. So just a comment about that. Of course, the minutes are there automatically. And then also the last one, even though it's a consent item, asking for the approval of the shuttle bus for the festival in April. They're asking this far ahead, so,
To maybe get kids out of the hallway.
okay.
Like I said, that's when they need delivers. Yeah, we need it back.
Can we do all this as one motion?
You can.
Okay.
I'll tell Ron to pull it out. Yeah.
If a board wants to pull one of it out, we can discuss it.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. So we can take one motion and approve the consent items. If I have a motion, Sheila Samples makes a motion, Carrie Smallwood makes a second. Does anyone have any discussion or any questions about any of this? If not, I'd like to call for a vote. All in favor? Any opposed? So the motion for consent items as approved carries with a 5-0 vote.
Correct.
Next, that brings us down to the superintendent's report.
I do. In front of you all, Mr. Yost gave you all the budget tentatively, and I asked him to put maybe a quick summary of that on the front. This will be for you all to peruse. It stays with you and you only over the next month until the February meeting, okay? We have, surprisingly, some really good highlights from this budget. It's not gonna bring you down or cause you angst. It's gonna be a positive thing. As a matter of fact, we just found this out. From this time a year ago, we are already around 700,000 ahead from we were a year ago in December of 2024. And you all know the concerns we've had. That is huge. That's due to being able to understand where we can move money from, take it out of grants, not general fund, the cuts that have been made, but yet we're almost providing more services, but with cuts, and that's always a good thing. And I know how you all feel about cuts. When you cuts, yes, we wanted to make cuts to save money, but not services. And that's something that we have been able to do that. So that's obviously great news. You all have that, study that. Feel free to contact him. He said, text him, email him, or call him about any questions you may have on that, okay?
Okay.
And so that's one thing. I wonder about the weather event this morning. That is something that I saw the news report where the Madison County parents were allegedly just off the chain about that. I am grateful we have only got one negative contact about this morning. That was something that was not on any radar. It was not in anything for the weather service. It was not within our texting
He
threads
said it
among
was not even asleep when he
the
left this
people.
morning.
And again, there were people who were leaving 4, 5, and 6 in the morning, and nothing happened. And all of a sudden, about 10 till 7, we got our first report, I think up on Barnes Mountain. And then all of a sudden Tipton hit, and then Drip Rock. Then we're hearing it. So then Todd our group, we call it Snow Patrol. Todd calls it Paw Patrol, but as a grandpa. But we began talking. I was already awake and getting ready to come in, and so we're having these problems. We're having slick spots. Then all of a sudden, Engineer Drive, solid sheet of ice. Estill Springs parking road into it, solid sheet of ice. Black ice began forming this morning between quarter 7 and the 7. And so they were talking, what do we do? And we asked how many kids are on the school bus. Has this ever happened before? Is there a precedence for this, at least here? They said no. I said, well, we're going to make one. Let's make the call. Let's turn the kids around if they can safely. If not, we will start sending out trucks and vans to take them home. And I literally, in my memory, in my email, text threads, other people, we had one person share a complaint, and I'm using that word in quotes. So I'm grateful, first of all, for our bus drivers, the work they do. I sent them a pretty long message today, and again, in all my years, I've never worked with bus drivers who don't really complain. They're driving routes that I don't like driving in a car. I mean, I did that. I was white knuckling over Barnes Mountain one time over a turnaround that we were looking at. So just I'm thankful for Laura and her team of drivers who they very rarely complain about anything. And so we're thankful for them, thankful for our crew each morning that makes this very hard decision, and our parents who we have tried to build trust with them where they say, okay, we trust them. We trust them to make the decision, and who are we to complain or fuss? I'm grateful for that as well, because that takes time, and that does take trust building. So I just want to mention that briefly.
And it's all about keeping our kids safe.
It is, and so
It's safety first.
I mean,
And also, we're not the only district that it, all of
It
a sudden
happened,
happened.
fast.
Communities around us, they were calling it off just like we did.
Yes.
So it just wasn't us falling,
it was an odd pattern.
dropping the ball. It was
And,
everybody.
And we even we've talked about it. We're not even comfortable. I mean, one time, I guess I said that publicly, we were sending Laura, and what's her car's name? Karen? Sending Karen up Drip Rock, and if Karen starts going backwards on black ice, her little van, that just makes me, I get very uncomfortable with that. So we've talked about that we don't want our staff being unsafe as well on some of these mornings at 4 when they're out driving around. Even Miss Williams and B helped the last time, and so we're grateful for them. And today was one of those mornings, and we just want to put it on record that that's the reason why. And we've had one complaint we know of, and we're grateful for our parents who trust us, because that's not always easy.
Yeah.
And attendance right now, y'all are very, very concerned, Don, and some of y'all are working medical, that the flu and COVID is wreaking havoc. We have one of our elementary schools it really is just like, oh my gosh, it's just like they're dropping like dominoes. And then we know that follows with the older kids and then the oldest kid, and we kind of wait for that. But attendance is always a concern. That's always a concern. Mr. Norton and I work right next to each other. I'm a former DPP as well. He'll come to me and say, it's this, boss, or it's now or this, or today came to me and said, it's this. We can't have many more of these days. We do get a break. We can wipe away our 5 lowest attendant days towards ADA and push those to the side. Well, but if you start getting 10 81% days or 11 79% days, those are hard. Those are tough. But that's kind of where we are. So we watch that often. Todd is always great about ordering immediate sanitation, and then we tell them what that looks like. This is what you clean. This is how you clean. This is what you look for when you do those cleanings of where there's going to be hands touching and all that. But that's one thing we have with the attendance and the sickness. No open positions. The high school just hired. They are full for the first time in a long time with our last custodian. I'll say it again. We have been blessed with having good custodians recently hired. They get it. We have a new custodian at the high school, and he went to an area that I'm not for sure the last time it's been cleaned or organized. And we walked in, it looked like you were at the Toyota plant, and they were just, everything was in order and shiny and clean, and it was almost overwhelming. But those are the people we're hiring, those are our expectations, and we are seeing that at all levels, and they take that serious. So we have right now, no open positions at any level. Also want to announce over the break, our structural engineer came to the middle school, did a complete full walkthrough, evaluations, his instruments, and there was no change. That was huge, and because any slight movement will change his I'm calling thermometers, will change his gauges. So the middle school is current structurally sound and can house students. And Mr. Brock is going to be living in Frankfurt for the next probably few months, as you all know. And, they keep saying the money is there, your money is there, you will be line itemed in the budget. But we've been told that before, and we don't know for sure if we can wait 2 more years after this. So you all do the same thing. I know, this gentleman here is wanting to help in that area too, but we've got to have that for our kids. That they deserve it as much as anybody does, and we have to have that. So that's really my only update. We do have our KSBA meeting coming up in February. Everyone is registered. They have a room currently, and we have some people that are going to show interest in our board and just thank us for some things. But be a big learning experience. We've looked through the agenda. Be a lot of good things there. This February conference is usually better, and they provide things for members and for administrators. I'll be going up. Mr. Brock will be going up, of course, you all as well.
And for people that may not know or may not understand, as an elected board member, these are mandatory training classes that we are required to do to
Yes.
remain on the board. So you
Yes.
have so many hours or credits that you have to do every year.
Their continuing education, and so,
Yes.
and I like how this board takes it serious. Just have some people, well, I'll sit here for an hour and get my hour. They plan it out, map it out, and then they come back and talk about it. That's, again, one of those things unique about this board that I appreciate. So that is, I think, the only thing from our report to talk about.
I think we also had received notification of any personnel actions. That was in our packet.
Yes, there was
Yeah.
just a hiring, yes, yeah.
That was it.
That was it, yes. There
Oh,
was,
okay.
that was a high school custodian, wasn't it?
Estill Springs and Worcester.
Okay, so they all three
Okay.
got one. Okay, perfect, thank you.
All right.
So yes, that is accurate as well.
So, any board member forum, anybody have anything to report or share? I think Tammy does.
Yeah, May let me see here,
27th
27th, is that when it is?
is the Sunshine
Oh,
Days.
the 26th starts the 26th, yeah, starts the fair this year. So our Sunshine Day for all the special needs kid is the 27th. We invite everybody to come.
And we'll probably need to do approve a bus for the students.
Yes,
So they'll have something we'll put on the next agenda. I
it
guess.
will,
Yeah.
and we'll always get them down there.
Yes.
That's a fun day. And so, cause y'all feed them and
Yeah.
So-
they take care of them. It's a fun day.
Ride the rides with them, it's fun.
Yes.
So what a lot of people may not understand what we're talking about, the fair's coming early this year. It'll start the 27th, but on May 26th, the fair opens up all day long, and they have a special day for our students here in our district. And so we bus them over there, and they get to spend the day. Everything is free. They have food, rides, everything. So it ends up being a big treat for them.
It does.
And so we're really thankful for our Estill County Fair Board and for the people that make that happen. And our fair people that come here, they've been coming for years, and they've just become friends and family to
And
all of
also, I
us.
forgot to tell you that we're sending out $5 coupons for all the kids. in the school system.
Yeah.
So even for,
Okay.
for any night?
Any
Yeah,
night,
well,
yeah.
no, they can't use them on Friday and Saturday.
Okay,
They
for
can
them
use it Monday
weeknight.
through, yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Tim. Well, that's a big blessing.
You're welcome.
I think that's a, definitely giving back.
Does anybody have anything else to share? Okay. Todd, do we have any public comments?
Or Jeremy?
Or Jeremy? I said Todd. Gotcha. Gotcha. Gotcha, that was my mistake. All right, if there's nothing further, I would like to call for an adjournment. Sheila Samples makes a motion and Tammy Hardy makes a second, and all in favor? Okay, this meeting is officially adjourned.